My name is CJ Wagstaff. I'm a queer freelance writer from Neath in South Wales. I write poetry, non-fiction, reviews, and I play music in a band. I'm currently in the first year of my creative writing PhD, studying for a project on freshwater ecosystems in South Wales. And in my practice, I'm interested in queering space, place and relationships in the South Wales landscape and marginalised bodies reclaiming wild spaces. You can find my work in Poetry Wales, Buzz Magazine, Nation Cymru and Stone of Madness. All of Us is a narrative poem that focuses on a true sequence of events that happened in 2011, where a large stretch of the River Neath turned a bright orange colour due to a disused mine discharging iron oxide into the waterway. And I was about 15 when this happened, but it has always kind of resonated with me as an example of human impact on natural spaces and this kind of passive consequence of anthropocentrism. And structurally the poem is in two halves. The first half is quite concrete in its language and its retelling, but then there's a volta or a hinge where it becomes a little bit more surreal, and the speaker uses visual symbols and talismans to retell the story. And I found myself with a list of these images that kind of seem to encapsulate the ecological and cultural history of the river. And as this list developed, it became a little bit more abstract in terms of where these things happened in time and space. So you've got things like the 12th century monk Elidorus occurring in a 19th century mine shaft, or the Arthurian legend of the Fisher King appearing dressed rather incongruously in a boiler suit, which is something from my own memory of caving just a few miles up the river. So the poem melds a lot of the personal with the cultural and natural histories of the river. And I suppose what it's trying to do is draw attention to this really precious melting pot of story that surrounds it, and that surrounds all rivers and all bodies of water. We all woke up to find the water orange, bright as calendulas, its southeasterly bloom heaving into the salt marsh. Bullhead turned up gasping on the bank, their sick little fish bodies lugging with effort. Throbbing like stars, half buried in the silt, the cowbelly, the Neddfechan's answer to quicksand. We could smell it. Dirt and old pennies, a meat smell snarling out of the margins, a mine flooding somewhere above us, painting the nails of white-bibbed dippers. We all went down to stand around on the clay bank, spike moss sloughing like answers off the rocks, fossils, log jams edged by orange riffles, orange eddies, orange pools and pillows, deep where the orange water runs slow, circles before diffusing like gas in our bay. And the particles are as big as easy peelers, boring steep-sided gullies down through the vale. Underneath the fort, the abbey, the light vessel Juno, they feed the canal, the floating dock, Jimmy Locke's skinny horse, the frog spawn oozing from a little girl's closed fist. And it all comes down in one wet curtain. Dog violet, silica, phenological asynchrony, a millstone, an adit, a tectonic squeeze, a clot of fault lines in your dad's green waders, quartzite smiling at us out of the mud, smoking them cowboy style in the resurgence pool, a clag of gunpowder in every mouth, Elidir in the mine shaft as a prime cut of lost puppy, the Fisher King in his boiler suit, a red and blue canvas epiphyte, and all of us silver wash fritillaries, late to wing.